Hey guys, it's me Tico, and today we're going to be looking at Hornby's A2/2 Cock of the North. So without further ado, let's get right into the review.
And here she is. Hornby's Thompson A2/2 Cock of the North. Now, I didn't actually plan to get this locomotive. I never thought I'd own it. However, I was looking on Amazon one day and I saw that Amazon Japan had it for about $170. And considering I had some gift cards lying around, I got this for a total of $109. Crazy steal for one of these. This just arrived last night and it killed me not to open it then, but I'm here to open it in daylight with you guys. So, taking a look at the box, we see the front image, of course. I've heard a lot of discontent with the color of the green compared to the color of the box art, but let's see how that turns out. Top standard. This is the old Hornby packaging. I know they have some newer ones these days. R3A30, early BR, Thompson class A2/2 462, Cock of the North, number 60501. DCC ready. The back here, pretty powerful engine, is 8P7F, not bad. History back here. If you guys want to read that, go right ahead. Here's the drawings. I like these. These are really cool to look at. 2019, so it's probably one of the newer locomotives in my collection. All right, let's open her up. Ooh, I can already see there's a piece floating around in there, so we'll do some investigating. We'll see where that's from. Let's get her out of this. Oh, okay, nice. Now, since this is from Japan, I wonder if there's going to be any Japanese instructions. Nope. Thompson A2/2/3. Basic stuff. Is this a 21 pin? I thought this was an 8 pin. Huh. I'll have to check that out at some point. All right, nice. What is this? Ooh. If anyone can read that, let me know. But that looks nice. All right. All back in here. Move it out of the way. And here she is. All right. Okay. Here's the piece that fell out. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming... Oh, wait, I know what that is. That is the end of the NEM coupling. So I'll have to get a new NEM pocket for that. That's all right. At least it's not any detail. Top here. I wish they supplied another one in here, but you know, I've heard there's no NEM pocket on the front, so you know, whatever. Got brake rigging, all that basic stuff. I'm probably not gonna fit that because that stuff doesn't really bother me. And let's get to the locomotive herself. Ooh, wow, she is big. Huh. All right, let's see how we're gonna do this. Oh! Okay, wow, she has some weight. Let's get this out of the way. Here we have the coupling that broke off. I guess I'm just gonna have to replace that. That's fine, not too bad. Here we have her. Wow, she looks great. Honestly, the green, I low-key dig the green. Back there you can see my N15 over there, which has a much darker shade of green, but honestly I really like this. It gives a unique, you know, look to her. Wow. Yeah, I'll run her in, and then while she's doing that, we'll take a closer look at her.
Ah, the A2/2. When it comes to looks, you either love it or you hate it. I personally like how it looks. It looks a bit quirky with its elongated looking front end, and to me, it only gives this locomotive a little more charm. This model is a great representation of these controversial ugly ducklings. Looking at the front of this model, we can see finely molded lamp irons and rivets, along with a vacuum hose and sprung metal buffers. The smoke box door is home to the dart and the number plate, along with a single handrail. The top hosts these interesting looking smoke deflectors and a double chimney which appears to have a kink with the molding. The side possesses a decent looking separate nameplate. The side rods and wheels have come out very nice and looks great while in motion. There's also a metal reverser rod. The running board unfortunately is however made out of plastic. There's this nice handrail that goes along the side of the boiler, and there are some extra details on the running board including the sanders and lubricators. On top rests a banjo dome as well as metal safety valves, and a tiny plastic whistle. The cab has sliding roof vents, and the side contains the number 60501, as well as the builder's plate. The inside is decently detailed, but not as good as some of my other models. The tender has nicely applied lining and has the BR Early crest on it. This Gresley style tender does not have a corridor, so the back is fairly plain. The top has a water filler cap and the coil load looks alright for this model, and I believe it's also removable. The tender also has these annoying doors, which will be the subject of an issue I find with this model later on. Before we move on to performance, I want to quickly point out the odd shade of green that was used. It's a lot lighter than most of my other BR green locomotives, but it's not enough to warrant any complaint from me. Overall, the detail on this model is pretty good. It has a more industrial business look to it, rather than an elegant look of power, some other locomotives like the Princess Royal have. I'm very happy to have this new addition to my fleet. But how does she perform?
Alright, so let's get to her performance. During the running in, she ran very well. You can definitely tell that on this side of the locomotive, the motion here is way more dynamic than on the other side. I personally like the more dynamic motion, but every single one of my locomotives with this kind of valve gear always has one side that's more stiff than the other. This one is no exception, but every reviewer does this, so I might as well do this. Let's see how slow she can go. Oh. Now that's pretty good. She is going onto a curve here. I don't know if that affected her. She's stopping right now. There we go. That's not bad at all. Definitely better than a lot of my other engines. I say as she stalls. Go. Yeah, that's not bad. She does run a bit fast, so considering she can go decently slow, that's pretty impressive. Normal speeds, she does get really smooth. I think 30% is probably good for like a normal running. I don't believe she has a flywheel, so if I were to, yeah, just a plain stop right there. That could do with a flywheel. Considering she's such a big locomotive, it would make sense for her to slow down a little slower than any other engine. But, it doesn't really bother me. Let's try her around the points now. Alright, so let's open up the points to the inner loop. And I'll actually use the other controller for this. Okay. She seems to have been able to do it. Let's try in reverse. Oh, no, I did not like that one bit. What happened there? Oh, and she's off. Lovely. What happened here? Was the tender not on correctly? What happened? What the heck is going on? Ooh. Something here is colliding. I'm not sure if you can see that, but the tender's shifting. Let's see what that means. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's actually these doors over here on this side that's preventing the tender from being able to move properly. I don't know how I feel about that. It does affect it both going forward and in reverse. Ooh. That is quite the issue. There's no movement on those doors, so I can't really do anything unless I completely remove them. So let's just see how she acts on other sets of points. All right, so I'm gonna open up point to this second siding over here. Let's see how she handles it. Okay, and the tender's already off. Perfect. You guys did not see that, but all immediately derailed. Okay, hopefully that fixes that. Come on, and she's off again. Let's see. Oh, okay. Now when I'm recording, now when it's on camera, she doesn't want to derail. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, she's off. I have no clue why that's happening. I don't know if the tender is not on correctly. Readjusting it. Does that do anything? No, she just hates points, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what caused her to derail the first time, but okay, there we go. Let's see if that has done anything. So let's go back. Pretty evil speed here. The tender derails. Yep, there she goes. So I don't know what to think. It seems to be just like oh, now she's off. I don't know what to think, you know, like I was really liking this one, but she can't handle point work. It's crazy because I've seen other locomotives from other individuals handle this like nothing, but she seems to not. Ooh, yeah, that was not good at all. I just tried. And she reroute herself. If I force her through it, I guess, but I don't like doing that. I feel like it's gonna break. Even though she reroute herself, I don't like that one bit. I'll be honest, this throws a bit of a wrench into my plans for my layout, because every other locomotive at some point is able to traverse my points with no issues. There has been one, like the D16, that has derailed on few points, but that's every once in a while, and that doesn't really bother me. This one consistently seems to derail, and that's just not good enough. So I want every model to be able to run properly, or at least decently, on my layout, with every bit of track work being alright. I know that's not guaranteed in this hobby, but whatever. This does mean I either don't run this locomotive over points, which would suck, or I would have to replace all of my points with longer, less tight radius points. Now that's a bit of an issue due to space. However, I am considering it. I may just have 2 rows with more streamlined, I guess, points, because I do have 2 very long locomotives, as you can see my Princess back there, and I really do want these locomotives to run on this layout, so that will be something I'm gonna have to consider in the future. But as for now, she's just running in a loop, so not too much of a bother for now. Alright, well, let's get to her running around with a few teak coaches. Interesting decision, but hey, I haven't run these in a while, so might as well. Overall, she is a pretty smooth runner, so, you know, the little gripes don't really bother me too much right now, but we'll see how things go in the future.
After this video, I did actually end up removing the doors from the tender, and she runs perfectly fine. No kinks since then. Normally, I would have given this locomotive a 9 out of 10, but since I did have to remove the doors from the tender, it drops down to an 8. But that's still a pretty good score, so, you know, not too bad. Thank you guys so much for taking a look at Hornby's A2/2 with me. I had quite the time making this video, but it's finally here. Thank you guys once again, and I hope to see you guys sooner rather than later. Have a great day, guys.